Alright, what's going on, guys? Trev back again, here to bring you another video. This one's going to be doing another video predictions for the future of the Walking Dead comic book series and eventually television series. In this one, we're going to be talking about whether or not we think Negan is going to somehow regain control of the Saviors. And spoiler warning if you're not caught up to the most recent issue of the Walking Dead comic book series. So this one's going to be comic book series mainly. We're not really going to be talking about the television series in this one because the time at which these events that are taking place right now in the comic book series would translate to, without filler, is about season 10. So it's a ways down the line now, and they probably will even add in more stuff, and it'll probably be like season 11 or 12. It's just they haven't added as much stuff recently as a lot of us expected them to, including myself. So this is after the release, the big release of issue 150, which was a good release. Was talking with you guys about it. Seems like most of us are kind of in the same boat that we thought it was a decent release. We're kind of excited because all the variant covers looked really cool, and with Rick and kind of the Rick from the beginning, issue 1's cover redone by Tony Moore, which is special. I still haven't got my hands on it yet. I know a few of you guys have messaged me, and I'm jealous of you. You know who you are. If you got an issue, if you got a variant issue, I haven't been able to find it yet, so I got to get my hands on that. Really cool to see Rick in his current state on the cover, just back to the way things used to be. Really cool. So this one we're going to be talking about Negan, and I am so glad, so glad that I was wrong at the end of All Out War, and because I thought Negan was going to be killed off at that time. And he, of course, wasn't. He wasn't killed off after the war finished. And Rick decided that now what they're going to do is they're going to kind of rebuild civilization. And it seems like layer by layer they are doing so. They have kind of a prison type system where if someone does something wrong, like Negan, they jail him, that kind of deal. And they don't just kill him, they don't just hang him or something of the sort, something like that, where they just capital punishment. They also are now talking about getting a military going, so an organized, structured military as part of their communities that's going to be assigned to keeping everybody safe and dealing with other, groups if they happen to attack. That type of deal as well. So in this one, we're going to be talking about whether or not Negan, who of course right now currently end of issue 150, is locked up. He's locked up, and I love the last part of that where he says "attaboy" after Rick gives a really good speech on keeping everybody safe. Starting up a military and really gaining control back, which it seems like he may have lost leadership. He may have lost control of his people. Gaining it back in issue 150. Really cool. So there's some interesting questions here about what's going to happen. And Dwight, of course, leaves the Saviors leaderless. So he just heads out with Laura, leaves them there, goes to Alexandria to join Rick's group, it seems, or at least check in with Rick and see what's going on. Interesting to see what they're going to do with him in the future, what Kirkman's going to do. Is Dwight going to kind of go off in his own direction? Is he going to totally leave everything behind and go and make a life for himself, maybe with Laura? It doesn't seem like it. Seems like he wants to join Rick's group at Alexandria. Maybe he could be a leader of their military. I think that'd be a good role for him. Maybe something he would like would be to lead their military. As they kind of set up and get ready if they're going to have to go to war with the Saviors. But what's going to happen with Negan? Is he just going to remain in the cell all the time and just kind of be there? I personally think he's way too much fun for that. I think that Kirkman kept him alive, obviously for a reason, to still be in the story. He's even fun when he's behind bars and he's not out there causing chaos in the world. So the idea, of course, is that Negan may regain Lucille at some point from Dwight and may go back to his people, the Saviors, and regain control of them because they don't have a leader in place right now and they don't have any kind of strong sense of direction. So this will be interesting to see what Rick's going to do. Could he even get so desperate as to ask for Negan's help and allow him to regain control of the Saviors as long as they're under Rick, as long as they're under the joint communities? Oh man, so that could be a big mistake if he does that. Maybe Negan turn against him again, this kind of deal. But I almost get the sense, at least lately, that Negan does like Rick. I think he respects him, he likes him, and he likes what Rick has done, and he realizes maybe that he was wrong in what he wanted and what he was doing. But he's still Negan. He's still who he is. So there's still part of that there, and probably too far gone when we first met him, that's for sure, to begin with. So I don't know if you could change somebody like that. So my thoughts on this one are, I think eventually he will. I think he's going to get out of that cell. I don't foresee him being in the cell the entire rest of the series. I don't think Kirkman's done with him. I think he's too much fun. He's too engaging. He's too interesting to just leave there and not be a big influence on the story. And it looks like right now we're seeing some setup for Negan to take back over his old group, and maybe he could be an ally with Rick for a while. Maybe we could see something like that. And maybe Rick will be betrayed again in the future if he decides to trust Negan, or they decide to join forces against the Whisperers. Wouldn't it be interesting too if Dwight let Negan go, or let him take back over or something? Who knows? It's interesting. So write your comments below on what you guys think the future for Negan is in the comic series and eventually the TV series as well. Do you think he's gone for good and just locked up and going to be there as kind of a commentary type character to kind of guide and just comment, but not not be out there swinging the bat, so to speak? Let me know what you guys think. Write your comments below. I don't see that for Negan. I don't think he can just be locked up and be put away and that's it. He's way too much fun. He's way too interesting. He's way too dynamic. Write your comments below and let me know what you guys think. And if you like this video, please thumb it up below. If you want to help support the channel, you can share, you can favorite. And if you're new and you want to subscribe, you can subscribe at the bottom left. That's it for this video, guys. We'll see you again probably tomorrow. As always, it's Trev. I'm saying peace.